Jesus. Welcome, everyone. This is the test run for the new FOC show. We're giving this a trial run tonight to see how this is going to work out. We're still working out how the process is going to function. We do want everyone to primarily use the Comic Hub to order their books, but we know some people would like to try to order a different way if they're able to, be able to send the orders to us. So we're going to give this a shot, see how this goes. This is not guaranteed to be a weekly show right now. Again, this is just a test run. This is how this is going to work tonight. Okay. If you are wanting to order something and you do not have a Comic Hub account set up, you can send an email to collectivefoc@gmail.com. Any emails received after midnight tonight will not be processed. There is still a cutoff, so the orders are still due by midnight tonight. Again, we would prefer you use the Comic Hub. What we're going to do as far as showing off books is go through a kind of an extended version of the FOC highlights that I've been doing in the Discord. So that's the plan for tonight. So let's bring up Comic Hub. Right. Everyone's familiar with this. Trying to bring this so I can see chat in case there's comments. All right. So right now I'm going to start by going over Marvel and DC. Then we'll go to Indies, kind of the way that we used to keep that separate in the past. I'm not going to go over every book. I'm not going to go over every cover. You do have your Comic Hub account if you want to look at these in more detail. Just one more time, if you do send an email, instead of using your own Comic Hub account, if you do send an email for a request, if it is received after midnight tonight, that's Saturday, February 10th, 2024. If it is received after midnight, we will not be processing that order right now because we're trying to work out how we're going to do this. Still in the testing phases. So let's get started here. We have Action Comics 1063. And it's only showing the tab. Is it still showing that? If I go, I should have checked that. It is not. Okay, just 1 second. I shared the wrong thing. There we go. All right. Yep. Now you should be able to see this. All right. This is Action Comics 1063. This is the final issue of the Jason Aaron 3-issue arc about Bizarro. So this is a John Timms cover. And we have the Rafa Sandoval House of Brainiac cover. Looks like there's multiple covers for this. We got the Jorge Jimenez cover. Again, Jorge Jimenez, Paulo Rivera, Kikyo Johnson, and there is a 1 in 25. As always, if you FOC a incentive cover, it may not be available depending on how many copies the store is going to be getting of the book. Please reach out to the store if you are uncertain of availability, if you'd like to check availability of an incentive. Right. The next one we're going to take a look at is Alien, Black, White, and Blood. This is a anthology miniseries from Marvel under the 20th Century Studios imprint. It's a black and white comic, well, black, white, and red Alien comic. It's number 2 of probably 4, maybe 5. Various creators. And we have the main cover. We have a black and white. That's the Alan Qua 1 in 25. And we have the Dolly variant. All right. For anyone that's not familiar with Comic Hub, if you have an account and haven't used it yet, you can add your items to the cart by going into the view like I am right now and click add to cart for the cover that you want. Or you can click on the plus shopping cart button next to the cover that you prefer. If you'd like to subscribe to the book in the Comic Hub, you can click the plus button. If you have a question about this book in particular, you can click this button right here and send a message to the collective. Let's look at Avengers Twilight number 4. Quite a few covers for this one. I don't want to open too many tabs, so sorry to open each one of these one at a time, but okay, so this is the number 2 second printing. Okay, we have a Thor cover, the main cover by Alex Ross. We have the Carmen Carnero Thor cover. That's the Virgin variant for that. That's a 1 in 100. I don't believe that one's going to be available. Daniel Acuna, very nice Thor focus cover. We have a Cap, Francesco Mobili cover. Mark Brooks Vision headshot cover. And I don't think that's going to be available either. And then a Simone Bianchi 1 in 25 incentive team cover. That's a very cool cover as well. That's Avengers Twilight number 4. Again, this is a test run, so right now I'm not opening everything that I want to cover in one window. 1, I don't want to crash the browser because if you open too many things, that might happen. 2, I want to stay focused on just a limited selection of items instead of going over every book just for brevity. This show is going to be a little bit longer than the normal Tuesday show as it is. So let's look at our next entry. And for anyone wondering why I'm not clicking on the different covers, they're not all in each individual listing. So this is Birds of Prey number 7. I'm going to open all of the covers, so we'll show them off. Go ahead and open this because we're going to go over this one as well. All right. So Birds of Prey number 7. This is the Kelly Thompson and Leonardo Fernandez series. This has been a great series so far. If you haven't started yet, this is the start of a new arc. a good jumping on point. We have the main Leonardo Fernandez cover. That's the series interior artist. You have a Nathan Sergi cardstock cover with Big Barda and Harley Quinn. We have the Pablo Villalobos cardstock cover with the whole team. Really like that one. You have a incredible Women's History Month cardstock cover by Souza Micah. I'm definitely picking that one up. 1 in 25 is a Leslie Lyrics Lee. And that's the last cover for that one. That's Birds of Prey number 7. We pause for a second and check chat and see if... Nope. Okay. Nobody has requested anything yet. So the next book is Black Widow and Hawkeye number 1. This is written by Stephanie Phillips with interior art by Paolo Villanelli. This is a Steven Segovia main cover. I have a Black Widow and Hawkeye. Number 1 Adam Hughes variant. I have the Art Germ Black Widow Classic original Black Widow costume variant. That's 1/100. We're not likely to be available. The George Perez 1 in 25 incentive, very cool Hawkeye cover. Mark Brooks headshot variant looks like be the theme of some variants for Marvel for this week or this month. And I'm not likely to have that one. Okay. Again, the Steven Segovia main cover, Adam Hughes, Art Germ, George Perez 1 in 25, and the Mark Brooks headshot variant. Let's take a look at what the next book is going to be after Black Widow and Hawkeye number 1. Right, let's take a look at Dead X-Men number 1. Trying to avoid incentives that I know are not going to be available at the store, or most likely not going to be available. This is the main cover by Lucas Vernick. We have, and you see what I mean by not all the covers are under every tab. The Mark Brooks headshot variant. Rian Gonzalez. That is incredible. I'm definitely picking that one up. Did that one? Okay, that's the main one. Okay, there's only 4 covers. That's Dead X-Men number 3. All right, I think I'm going to only cover a few of the covers on the next items. We'll cover 3 out of the 4 covers of Fall of the House of X number 3, the David Yarden Farewell Krakoa variant. We have the Mark Brooks Jubilee headshot variant. And Colossus Punching Something by Miguel Mercado. Very nice variants on that. That's Fall of the House of X number 3. Oh, let's show this one off. We'll show off the 1 in 25 and the last variant as well. This is a really great Nick Bradshaw 1 in 25 with Polaris and a team cover, both Avengers and X-Men, Paulo Sequeira connecting variant. Now let's show off Poison Ivy number 20, because this book always has incredible covers. All right. Main cover is Jessica Fong. Poison Ivy has been one of DC's top-selling series, probably in their top 5, if not top 3 of late. And this book was originally supposed to be a 6-issue miniseries, which turned into 12, which was extended to 18, which was extended to ongoing. So this one is going to keep on coming out. As long as it is this good, why wouldn't they keep making it? It has been top-notch from the start. This is the normal. We always have a David Nakayama cover for Poison Ivy. There's always a DNA cover. We got the Yannick Paquette, the Women's History Month Sozomaika. Very nice. And the 1 in 25 Tula Lotte. That's, again, Poison Ivy number 20. Let's see what we're going to cover next. This is one of my favorite characters, so I'm going to play favorites a little bit. Spider-Gwen Smash. I've liked all the Spider-Gwen's series they've done so far. This is the main cover by David Nakayama. This is Spider-Gwen Smash number 4. We have a Emma Lupacchino variant with Dazzler and an action cover by Terry Dodson. That is the 1 in 25 incentive. Very nice. That's Spider-Gwen Smash number 4. Getting probably towards the end of Marvel and DC. All right, 2 more to cover here. One from Marvel, one from DC that I want to highlight. Bear with me as I open all these tabs. Next one, Star Wars Mace Windu number 2. This is written by Mark Bernardin with art by Georges Gianti. So if you're familiar with the Fat Man Beyond podcast, that's Kevin Smith's co-host that's writing this. I read the first one. This book is great. Mace Windu is one of the best Jedi. Definitely worth checking out. Issue 2. If you missed issue 1, there are still some in the store. We have a Mateus Mananini cover on the main cover. We have an Annie Wu 1 in 25 incentive. Pretty sure that one will be available. Please check with the store. This is the Karen Darbo Women's History Month variant. All right. This is Star Wars Mace Windu number 2. Next book, Suicide Squad Dream Team number 1. This is the 4-issue miniseries. This is Dreamer from the CW TV, DC TV shows. This is co-written by the actress that played Dreamer as well, Nicole Maines, with art by Eber Ferreira and Eddie Barrows. So if you liked Eddie Barrows' run on Nightwing or some of the other DC books, you might want to check this one out. Dreamer is teamed up with the Suicide Squad, probably against her will if Amanda Waller's involved. That's usually how that goes when you're dealing with the Suicide Squad. This looks like an interesting book. Definitely pick up at least the first issue to check it out. We have the Eddie Barrows and Eber Ferreira main cover. We have the Riccardo Federici B cover, a Sweeney Boo variant, and a foil version of the A cover. And then the 1 in 25 incentive Gleb Melnikov. That's a really cool, really nice cover as well. That is Suicide Squad Dream Team number 1 of 4. All right. One cover for this one. This is the second printing variant for Ultimate Black Panther number 1, covered by R.B. Silva. This came out last week. No, the first print did. If you did not pick it up, it did sell out. If you picked up Ultimate Spider-Man and were thinking that this was not connected, it's just another character in the Ultimate Universe, all 3 of these books do have connections. There is a connecting thread between the first 3 Ultimate Universe books that are coming out, both Spider-Man and this, and Ultimate X-Men, which should be on FOC next week. This is your chance to get a copy of the second printing, since the first printing did sell out. This is written by Brian Edward Hill, who wrote the Smallville continuation series from DC a while back, and frequent Avengers artist Stefano Caselli. Let's also look at number 2, because we have some really good covers for that. All right, main cover, Stefano Caselli, interior artist doing the cover. They have looks like a painted, probably digital painted cover by Boss Logic. Very nice. Francesco Mobili, 1 in 25 incentive. That one's really good. I'm definitely thinking about picking that one up if it's available. Natasha Bustos. It's like a classic throwback style. And we have a 1 in 10 Peach Momoko design variant. There probably will be a couple of those available as well, even though it is an incentive. It's a 1 in 10. That's Ultimate Black Panther number 2. All right, and that is the end of Marvel and DC. Let's switch over to, what we'll do is large indie publishers. Get all these selected. Yep. All right. Good. Everything's good so far. This is a longer stream, so I'm just checking to make sure everything's working. All right. First up, this is another issue we see with Comic Hub sometime. You see there are 2 covers listed here, but there are actually 3. So let's start with the B cover. This is Antarctica number 9 of 10. This is a kind of a maxi series with the murder mystery in Antarctica at the research base that's down there. Fictionalized version of it. This is the Afua Richardson cover. Right, we have, that's 10. That's why that didn't show up. Okay. So there are only 2 covers for number 9. So that is the Willie Roberts cover for number 9. That's Antarctica number 9 of 10. We are going to cover this one. Bring up this as well. This one I feel like we probably would be able to open multiple at once because there's only a few covers for each of these. So let's go over these. This is an independent publisher. This is Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees number 4. So the 4th issue of the story of a anthropomorphic bear that has a dark secret. And the town may not be big enough for them and their rival. I don't want to go over too much because it's kind of spoilery. If you haven't been reading this is a phenomenal book. You should be checking it out. There are reprints of number 3 available in the store right now. I believe since this is a smaller indie, this should be reorderable. If you missed the first 2, you definitely should be looking at this one if you like unusual, independent, unique. Let's call it a murder mystery. Let's call it that. This is the main Patrick Horvath cover. And we have the Riley Rossmo storybook variant. Again, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees number 4. Next book is Blue Book 1947. This is a James Tynion IV book. So if you like his work, you'll want to check this out. This is a sequel to the 2023 miniseries for Blue Book about aliens coming to Earth. This is number 2, the main cover by Michael A. Van Oming. We have the B cover by Victor Santos. All I'm calling these the A and B cover as they're listed here. The order of these covers is subject to change. The art, it should be locked in at this point because they're only 4 weeks out. But what you see on the order as a B or C cover may not stay that way. Those do change from time to time. So if you, just to let you know, that may not be locked in. The 1 in 10 incentive variant is Andrea Sorrentino. Blue Book 1947, number 2. Next series is the new mini-series by Brian Michael Bendis and Alex Maleev. They did several top-tier mystery books and crime books in the past. This is a more unique, this is a different type of tale from them. It's still about crime and criminals, but it's about a young woman whose life was changed when she found out that her parents were famous thieves. This is the main cover by Alex Maleev, and the Andre Araujo B cover. I definitely like that one. And because I'm also going to actually go ahead and request these. That was Masterpiece number 2. Let's take a look at this. Star Wars High Republic Adventures Phase 3, number 4. Cover A by Harvey Talabau. I pulled this up because this cover says, cover to be revealed. So this possibly is a spoiler cover and a key. This series, the Phase 2 and Phase 1 books did do key issues revealing new characters in the past. So expect that to be the case with this. So if you're into Star Wars and you've liked the previous High Republic Adventures, you might want to request this one. Go ahead and add that one. So there's 1 copy available. Let's see what else do we have in the main Indies books. Void Rivals number 7. Quite a few covers for this. There's usually 3 or 4. It looks like we've got 5 this week, unless there's an incentive. This is the start of a new arc for this series, which does tie into the Transformers and G.I. Joe Energon universe at Skybound. This is by Robert Kirkman and Lorenzo De Felici, and this is the Lorenzo De Felici main cover. You have a Nat Bellegarde, thought it was Bellegrand for a minute, Bellegarde variant. We have the 1 in 10 Andre Lima Araujo and Chris O'Halloran variant. Not sure that's going to be available. Okay, Void Rivals number 7. I don't know what the order numbers are on that. All right. That's the end of the larger indies. Let's take a look at a few more items on some, let's call them smaller indies. I don't know why I didn't choose Dynamite before on this one, but that's all right. We'll do that next time. All right. All right, so coming out from Valiant, we have Bloodshot Unleashed Reloaded. So I know there are still some Valiant fans out there. It's been kind of a tumultuous road for them, but they are still publishing books, bringing some books back. This is under a new ownership again. But if you're a Bloodshot fan, you'll want to check this one out. This is the main cover of Bloodshot Unleashed Reloaded. This is Alessio, Andre Alessio. I'm not sure, it says A. Alessio. And the B cover is by Barrionuevo. I like that cover a lot. That's very cool. All right. Oh, yes, definitely wanted to check this one out. Gargoyles, Dark Ages. This is actually the final issue of this series. And those are all incentives. I'm going to hold off on that. We have an amazing Alan Qua. That's not Alan Qua. That's Clayton Crane. Looked like Alan Qua. All right. Clayton Crane doing the A cover of Gargoyles Dark Ages #6. Again, the final issue of this series. I believe that there'll be another tie-in miniseries for Gargoyles at some point in the future. The main series is also ending at 12, which I believe was on FOC last week. Here's the Alan Qua cover. Very cool. We have Danino, Kenya Danino, the action figure variant, and the 1 and 7 Drew Moss cover. That is Gargoyles Dark Ages tie-in miniseries #6, the final issue of that series. Let's see if there's anything else I want to highlight on that. Yes. If you've been a fan of the Distillery books, this has been a good series. This one is mature readers. I will leave the details to you to find. This is the Becky Cloonan main cover, the Tula Lotte B cover, and the 1 in 10 Emma Rios variant. It is Somna #3. This one has definitely got my interest. I know they haven't done a lot of work in a minute. Load some more of these covers here. Okay, we'll probably get 5 copies. All right, so this is Torpedo 1972 from the same artist, Eduardo Risso, of 100 Bullets. So if you like crime noir series, this one might be for you. This is written by Enrique Sanchez Abuli. I'm definitely going to check this out because I like this kind of book, and Eduardo Risso does really good art in this style of story. It's about a mobster in the 30s known as Torpedo in the suburbs of New York. So we have mess that up a little bit. All right, we have the Eduardo Risso main cover. We have the Dan Panosian, kind of a black and white cover. We have a Godfather homage by Fritz Casas. We have the blank sketch cover and a 1 in 5 Eduardo Risso Virgin variant incentive. That's Torpedo 1972 #1. And that is the end of the smaller press indies. So that is going to do it for the trial version, the beta version of the new FOC Last Call highlight show. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you have any opinions on what we should change, what we should add. Again, one last time, if you are submitting an order not through the Comic Hub, but through the Collective FOC email, those orders are still due by midnight tonight. Any emails for orders or requests received after midnight will not be accepted. We do have to keep this we want to make sure we get them. If they're after midnight, they might not be checked. They would be missed, and we don't want you to miss your book. If you have any questions on how to use Comic Hub, you can come in the store and ask us. You can give us a call. If you haven't created an account, they'll set one up for you. Everyone that is a subscriber should have an account, though. Again, that's all I have for you this week. Don't know if we're going to do this again next week. We're going to work out some process on this and follow up. Just keep an eye out on the channel. If there's going to be another show, it'll be announced a couple days ahead of time, just like the Tuesday show is. And don't forget to check out the Tuesday Top 10 this coming Tuesday at right around 7:05. Have a great one.